So the field just about lined up and ready to go again. Tony Bruce Jr. is Seth Bergman in row number 1. The 11C of Matt Covington. The 77X of Wayne Johnson in row number 2. The 05 of Brad Loyette. The 81 of Danny Wood of row number 3. The 45X of Johnny Herrera. The 24 of Terry McCarl, row number 4. Row 5, the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. The 5H of Logan Forler. Row 6, the 21 of Brian Brown. The 2 of Dustin Morgan. Row 7 will be the 11 of Roger Crockett. And the 14 of Tony Stewart. Row 8, the 99 of Brady Bacon. The 9 of Gary Wright. Row 9, the 98 of Mitch Olson, the 20Z of Rick Zeal. Row 10, the 90 of Lance Nork. The 77 of Dalton Gabbard. Row 11, the 41 of Jason Johnson. The 74X of Josh Hodges. And again, your final starter, the 50Z of Zach Chappell. "25 laps the distance. Tonight's winner walks away with a $3,000 payday. The top 4 lock themselves into tomorrow's $4,000 to win a main event. Ladies and gentlemen, the caution lights are down. Next time by, the green flag set to wave for the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series presented by MAV TV. Tony Bruce Jr. from the pole. He will set the pace down to the drop of the green flag. Seth Bergman, who is outside of row number 1. Side by side, nose to tail. They must stay that way till they hit the chalk line in the exit of turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, they work in a 3. We race at a 4. Out comes the green. Tony Bruce Jr. going to take full advantage of that pole starting position. He'll lead down the back straightway. Seth Bergman right now going to run in second, but he's going to be challenged down to the inside by the 11C of Matt Covington. Covington in the Oilfield Equipment and Manufacturing number 11C, trying to make something happen here in the early goings. He's going to run in third. The 81 of Danny Wood right now going to run in fourth with Wayne Johnson running at your top 5. One driver though to the high side and making some moves. That's Dustin Morgan. Morgan able to get by 2 cars in the middle of the pack now, is trying to work his way up to the field, as is Brian Brown. Brown right around the bottom of the racetrack, going to go after the 87 of Aaron Reitzel as the caution waves around the Canyon Speedway Park. Car split up on the high side of turn number 3, the number out of view. Good battles in the middle of the racetrack. The 21 of Brian Brown, the 2 of Dustin Morgan. Both of those drivers trying to make their way up through the running order. Morgan had a great run on the high side of turns 1 and 2. A couple drivers bottled up on the bottom of the racetrack, and he took full advantage of it. Up front so far, though, Tony Bruce Jr. in the 1-8 Motorsports TBJ Promotions Hitchman Indy Race War number 18 showing the way. Seth Bergman currently holding on to second. The 81 of Danny Wood right now running in third. The 77X of Wayne Johnson. And I believe the 45X of Johnny Herrera should occupy your top 5. We'll wait for the lineup to get squared away. As soon as it is correct, we'll go ahead and give you the full rundown. As it looks like that was the 11C of Matt Covington who brought it to a stop up on the high side of turn number 4. They get him refired. He works on the front straightaway. Indeed it was. The Oilfield Equipment and Manufacturing entry was running up in the top 5. Had a great run going. Not sure what happened to him as he took it around on the high side of turn at number 3. The 2 of Dustin Morgan into 12th. Then it's going to be Tony Stewart in 13th. 14th is going to be Lance Norrick. Your top 15 get around over the 41 of Jason Johnson. Then it'll be Gary Wright, then Dalton Gabbard, the 20Z of Rick Zeal, the 50Z of Zach Chappell, the 5H of Logan Forler. Your top 20. The 98 of Olson, the 74X of Hodges. Then it should be the 11C of Covington rounding out your field. The caution lights are down. Next time by. Set to go back. Green flag racing. The cone out to the front straightaway. Tony Bruce going to pick it up into turn number 4. Here we go again. Down to the inside line goes Danny Wood. What a move. He's going to steal away second as they work to the back straightaway. Seth Bergman going to be dropped back to third as now the battle going to be for fourth. The 77X of Wayne Johnson going to be pressured by the 45X of Johnny Herrera. Herrera up to the high side, kicks it sideways, loses some ground now, has problems for Brad Loyette. Loyette losing all kinds of positions down the front straightaway as he drops it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Now he's going to gather it back up, going to go into a good battle with the 11 of Roger Crockett and the 24 of Terry McCall as he can sit right between him now. Those drivers down to the bottom of the racetrack. Brian Brown now in the battle with Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart to the middle of the racetrack, going to make his way by as everybody trying to fight their way up into the top 10 is back up at the front of the field. Tony Bruce going to race to the caution. Lance Norrick in the PJ Trailers 90 going to bring it to a stop on the bottom of turn at number 3. So Lance Norrick the cause of the caution. If he's able to refire, he will have to make his way to the tail end of the field. So with Crockett running at your top 10 now, comes to the drivers trying to make their way into that top 10. The 41 of Jason Johnson, the 14 of Tony Stewart, the 21 of Brian Brown, the 9 of Gary Wright, and the 2 of Dustin Morgan, your top 15. The 20 of Rick Zeal, then it's Gabber, then it's going to be Forler, then it's Chappell, then it's going to be Olson, Hodges, then it's going to be the 11C of Covington and the 90 of Newark as we come back to the green flag. 3 in this 25 lap A main, and we're back on our way. Up to the high side goes Wayne Johnson. He'll try to steal away second, slams the cushion though. Just about loses the handle on that race car as they go 3 wide. Jason Johnson and Roger Crockett, they split Brad Loyette as that was a battle for 9. Now Jason Johnson, he's up in the 9th. He's looking for 8th. Here comes the 41 as he'll go side by side with the 11 of Roger Crockett. What a battle as they work it at turns 1 and 2. Jason Johnson over the ball on the high side. He's going to have the spot right back to the 05 of Brad Loyette. We go back to the front of the field now. The 18 of Tony Bruce Jr., your race leader. The 81 of Danny Wood holding on to second. The 77X of Wayne Johnson going to run in third. Then it's Seth Bergman, and now Brady Bacon. Brady Bacon going to run at your top 5. The 45X of Johnny Herrera going to run in 6th. Then it's going to be the 24 Terry McCarl as he'll get the pass on the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel's going to drop back to 8th. 9th right now is going to be the 11 of Roger Crockett. Your top 10 going to round out with Brad Loyette. Then it's going to be Jason Johnson 11th. 12th is going to be the 21 of Brian Brown. Then it's going to be Dustin Morgan in 13th. 14th is going to be Zeal. Your top 15 is going to round out with Gary Wright. Back up front, Tony Bruce Jr., nice and smooth, right on the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Danny Wood about a half a car width higher in the racetrack, trying to run him down. Wayne Johnson still running in 3rd. Brady Bacon running in 4th with Herrera now running at your top 5 as they cycle the 23 of Seth Bergman back to 6th. Sitting in 7th, it is the 24, Terry McCarl. 8th is going to be Reitzel. 9th is going to be Roger Crockett. Your top 10 now going to belong to the 41 of Jason Johnson. Johnson back up to the top of the racetrack, trying to make something happen. He'll go side by side with the 05 of Brad Loyette. Loyette down on the inside. He steals it back for a moment. Now Jason back up to the high side. Jason Johnson losing his momentum though as Brad Loyette's going to take away 10. Back to 11th goes the 41. 12th is still going to be the 21 of Brian Brown. 13th is going to be Morgan. 14th is going to be Zeal. Your top 15 is Gary Wright. Then it's going to be Tony Stewart. Then it's Zach Chappell. Then Dalton Gabber. Then it's going to be the 74X of Josh Hodges. The 5-inch of Logan Forler. Your top 20. The 11C of Matt Covington. The 90 of Lance Norrick. Going to run at your field. And then we find your leaders. The 18 of Tony Bruce Jr. now with one lap car between him and the 81 of Danny Wood. That's going to be the 98 of Mitch Olson. Olson down to the bottom of the racetrack as Danny Wood trying the high side. Olson trying to put himself back in the lead lap. Couldn't make it happen though, as now he's going to have Danny Wood looking down on the inside. Wood trying to get his way around to run down Tony Bruce Jr. as we continue to work into more lap traffic. The field pretty much right around the bottom through turns 1 and 2. A few drivers trying the high side though. Wayne Johnson going to try it, and it's going to cost him. Brady Bacon going to make his way by up into 3rd. Brady Bacon in the 99. He's going to steal away the spot from Wayne Johnson as he drops back to 4th with Johnny Herrera currently running at your top 5. It's still Tony Bruce Jr. trying to get around Lance Norrick now. Looks to the high side. He'll get it done as he'll put 2 lap cars between him and Danny Wood. Danny now down to the inside. He'll have some clear racetrack to get around the 90 of Mitch Olson as the battle is on for 3rd. The 77X of Wayne Johnson going back after the 99 of Brady Bacon. Bacon down to the bottom of the racetrack now. Going to pull up on Danny Wood. The battle going to be for the runner-up spot. Down the back straightaway we go, and they've got clear racetrack between them and Tony Bruce Jr. Tony Bruce, your race leader. Danny Wood, Brady Bacon, 1, 2, 3 down the front straightaway. Then it's going to be the 77X of Wayne Johnson. Then it's the 45X of Johnny Herrera, still your top 5. Then you're going to find the 23 of Seth Bergman, the 24 of Terry McCarl, the 05 of Brad Loyette, the 87 of Aaron Reitzel, the 11 of Roger Crockett, still your top 10. Tony Bruce Jr. putting the 11C between him and the 81 as they work into turns 3 and 4. It's going to be Bruce, and it's going to be the lap car Covington, then it's going to be Wood, then it's going to be Bacon. So your top 3, your top 4 is Wayne Johnson, your top 5 is Johnny Herrera as they work through turns 1 and 2. Down to the inside line goes the 99 of Brady Bacon, trying to get the run on the 81 of Danny Wood, but couldn't get it done. Wood in the Wood Trucking 81 still holds on to 2nd, and he's got Tony Bruce Jr. in his sights as they've got clear racetrack between them now. 1, 2, 3 into turns 1 and 2. The bottom is clear, and here comes Wayne Johnson. Johnson trying to get the run around the 11C of Covington. Covington again, a lap down. He's going to slam the door on the 77X as Johnson having to slam on the brakes. That's going to allow the 45X to try to close in a little bit, but he's got his own problems as he's trying to get around the 50C of Zach Chappell. Chappell a lap down, now takes it out of the group, gets it sideways. They make their way by. Back up front, though, the battle for the race is about to shape up as look out, 2 cars come together right in front of your leaders. Lance Norrick and Logan Forler come together off of turn number 4. Your leaders right there. Everybody taking evasive action, and everybody misses them. Wow. Cars that find themselves in the mix. The 11C of Matt Covington currently lined up between the 3rd and 4th positions as he lines up between Brady Bacon and Wayne Johnson. Also, Zach Chappell finds himself between Wayne Johnson and Johnny Herrera, so those lap cars in the lineup here. Another lap car finding himself in the lineup is the 98 of Mitch Olson. Olson currently finds himself between the 87 of Aaron Reitzel and the 05 of Brad Loyette. As the caution lights are down, single file restart again. 18 laps in the books, looking to finish this thing right here, right now. Here we go. Tony Bruce back to the green. Tony Bruce Jr. takes off with the race lead. Danny Wood going to have trouble as they worked into turns 3 and 4. Brady Bacon had a full head of steam, but everybody now look out! Johnny Herrera's upside down. Johnny Herrera looked like contact with the 50Z at Chapel, and he went for a ride up the high side of turns 3 and 4. Red flag is out. Red flags are closed. Red flags of the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series unless otherwise stated by ASCS officials. As waiting to hear on the condition of Johnny Herrera again, who took that vicious ride off the high side of turns 3 and 4. So again, the rule with the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series presented by MAV TV, crews are not allowed to touch the cars during red flag conditions unless otherwise stated by ASCS officials. Looks to be right now the only driver a lap down that's up in the field. The 77 of Dalton Gabbard looks like he had gone down into the infield for a second time, but he's back on the racetrack. He finds himself at the back of the field here. You'll love to see a Matt Covington lined up at the tail end of the field. As the caution lights will go down, it's Bruce, then it's Wood, then Bacon, then it's going to be Wayne Johnson, then Seth Bergman, your top 5, then it's McCarl, then it's going to be Aaron Reitzel, then it's going to be the 05 of Brad Loyette, the 11 of Roger Crockett, the 41 of Jason Johnson. Right now, your top 10 as they are single file into 3. Tony Bruce Jr. going to hold them all the way to the exit of 4. Here we go again, green flag. Everybody down to the bottom of the racetrack into turns 1 and 2. Danny Wood, Brady Bacon now going to try to run down your race leader. Seth Bergman going to get around the 77X of Wayne Johnson. That's the battle for 4th. Johnson going to fall back to 5th as one driver going to try the high side. Brad Loyette in the 05. Loyette going to go around the 98 of Mitch Olson. Olson a lap down the competition as Loyette trying to go after the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel up in the mix of things here as he'll go by the 23 of Seth Bergman. Bergman going to lose several spots here as we get into the final 5 laps. 5 more times around. Tony Bruce Jr., your race leader. Tony Bruce Jr. leading the way. Brady Bacon with the pass on the 81 of Danny Wood. He's going to occupy 2nd right now. Danny Wood going to run in 3rd. The 77X of Wayne Johnson. The 24 of Terry McCall going to run into top 5. The 87 of Aaron Reitzel. The 05 of Brad Loyette. Loyette again going to go to the high side as he tries to take away 6, and he will do it down the front straightaway. Brad Loyette up in the 6th as he's going to try to secure it into turns 1 and 2. He's going to get a sign with Aaron Reitzel going to steal it back. Aaron Reitzel back up to 6th. 7th is going to be Loyette. 8th is going to be Bergman. 9th is going to be Crockett. And then your top 10 going to round out with Jason Johnson. The 41 to the high side, dives it down to the bottom, trying to make up some ground here. As back up to the front of the field, the 18 of Tony Bruce Jr. starting to get closer and closer to that white flag as the wind has started to pick up here as it blows across the racetrack from turns 3 over to turns 1 and 2. It is Tony Bruce Jr. right now working off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. The 99 of Brady Bacon right there within the Carling as they're working at turns 1 and 2. The pale flag is in the air. The white flag one more time around. The Brady Bacon wants it. He'll have to come and get it. Tony Bruce Jr. looking for a preliminary night, looking for a win here tonight as they work to the back straightaway. Brady Bacon again going to close within a car link. Then try the high side this time through turns 3 and 4. Can he get the last lap pass to open things up here in 2012? Not going to happen. Tony Bruce going to pick up the win. Tony Bruce Jr. will pick up the win. The 99 of Brady Bacon. The 77X of Wayne Johnson is going to round out your top 3. As they came across the line, I do believe it was McCarl, then Loyette, your top 5. We'll find out from timing and scoring, though, your official top 5. But ladies and gentlemen, Your winner tonight's 25-lap A main for the Lucas Oil America Sprint Car Series presented by MAV TV. He comes to us out of Owasso, Oklahoma. From the pole, he led every single lap in the 1-8 Motorsports Pro Auto TBJ Promotions, the Oil Medics, Hinchman Indy Racewear, Garrity Race Engines, Maxim Chassis, and FK Rod Ends. Number 18, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Bruce Jr.